Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Friday, 18th of November 2022. This 18th of November is celebrated as National Princess Day. And in 1973, tiger officially declared the national animal of India this day. Okay. This day is also celebrated as World Philosophy Day, whose aim is to promote the international culture of a philosophical debate. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu states that Conference of Party 27 India opposes a draft text on agriculture. India said developed countries are blocking a pro-poor and pro-farmer decision by insisting on expanding the scope for mitigation to agriculture. The Hindu newspaper states that India has evidence of terror financing through the social media platform. National Investigation Agency Chief NIA Director General Dinkar Gupta addresses a press conference regarding a third edition of No Money for Terror conference at National Media Center yesterday, November 17. Indian Express newspaper states that India part of a meeting on Kabul military facilities of the other in-country unacceptable, while Russia and Pakistan perceive this line to be a reference to the United States. Delhi's view is that it is about Pakistan's military presence there. Indian Express newspaper, also states that 14% conviction in POCSO, POCSO, Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act 2012, in fourth of cases accused known to victims. The analysis titled "A Decade of POCSO" was carried out by a justice access and lowering delays in India. Jaldi Initiative at a Vidhay Center for Legal Policy in collaboration with the Date Evidence for Justice Reform DEGURE program at the World Bank. Hindustan Times newspaper states that the India opposes attempt to link action on emissions to farming. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change UNFCCC, known as Coronovia Joint Work on Agriculture, mentions mitigation the efforts to reduce the emissions multiple times. Hindustan Times newspaper states that longer the reform is stalled, India delivered a G4 statement at United Nations. The greater it is a deficit in representation. Rucheria Kamboj, India's permanent Rucheria Kamboj is actually India's permanent representative to the United Nations General Assembly. Remember the name. Some national news, including Supreme Court grants a center more time to respond to pleas challenging the place of worship Special Provision Act 1991. University Grants Commission asks higher education institutions to adopt professors of practice guidelines. Indian Administrative Service Officer Gaurav Dwivedi appointed as the Prasar Bharati CEO. Ranveer Singh was honored with the Itoilide Ora Award at Marrakech International Film Festival, Morocco. Some economy news, including the Power System Operation Corporation Limited, POSOCO, renamed as the Grid Controller of India Limited, help being capital into a national infrastructure pipeline is PM Gati Shakti FM to NIIF. Sugar production at 20 lakh tons this session, ISMA report. Google agreed to pay $360 million to activation to stop a completion. Epic Games alleges some world news, including North Korea fires another ballistic missile tower towards the sea, says Seoul. Amid crisis, Biden offers the world a choice: my way or Trump's. Europe too dependent on China for technologies. Finland Prime Minister Sanna Marin said Russia's use of landmines in Ukraine poses threat. Over past 25 years, Landmine Monitor said. Some news from science and technology, including the India's first privately built rocket set for launch today. NASA Artemis first moon mission watched the Earth from Orion's perspective. This reported by NASA, National Aeronautics Space Administration. At last, there is a famous quotation by a philosopher and a politician who is known as the first teacher of China, called Confucius. Confucius states that the ideal teacher guides his students, but does not pull them along. He urges them to go forward and does not suppress them. He opens the way, but he does not take them to the place. Okay, thank you.